Furiosa is out. I hope you guys have had a chance to see it because this entire video is going to be spoiler filled. I want to talk about some specific scenes and moments I really loved about the movie that have stayed with me after watching it. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, definitely check it out and come back to the video. As you guys know, this is the prequel to Mad Max Fury Road, exploring the origins of Furiosa all the way from childhood to adulthood. But before we get into the rest of the video, I do want to give a special thank you to the sponsor, Displate. Displate is a unique metal poster designed to capture all your passions. It's a refreshing alternative to paper posters and canvas prints. It's tool-free, safe for your walls, and super quick. Each Displate comes with a magnet kit, so everything you need comes in the box. No drilling, no holes, and no frustration. Displate also launched their new product line recently, Displate Textra. The Textra line is premium print finishes, available without limitations in a vast selection of pop culture metal posters. A smart and personalized usage of the following effects achieves this premium and unique look: tactile features, 3D contours, and selective matte and gloss effects. Displate Textra is available on hundreds of the best-selling Displates, and Displate looks forward to expanding the library of Displate Textras in the coming months. Displate is also celebrating their birthday, and you're invited. You can use the link displate.com/Stuckmann in the description, or use my code Stuckmann to enjoy the highest discount this year only until the 27th of May. You can get up to 42% off on selected articles. The more Displates you get, the higher the discount. So run and don't miss this opportunity. Again, that code is Stuckmann, or the link in my description to check that out. Thank you so much to Displate for sponsoring this video. There are a handful of things about this film that I wanted to touch on in my original video, but I just felt that it was too spoilery. Obviously, if you've seen Fury Road, and there are even posters of this movie, you notice that Furiosa has lost her arm, and you don't exactly know how. There's this phenomenal sequence where she's trying to escape from Dementis, played by Chris Hemsworth, and he slams his truck into her car. Her arm was out the window, and it gets crushed. And I thought, oh wow, so that's how it happened. But not exactly. He hangs her from that arm on his truck. Well, for however many hours, a convoy of people drag a guy that she's come to care about while dogs eat him alive. And Dementis just sits there and turns away and just listens to all of that happen. Really great villain shit, first off. But when he turns around and finds that during this chaos, her arm has ripped off from her body, or perhaps she did it herself, full on 127-hour style, and has escaped, I wanted to leap up in my seat. And later in the movie, when she has her mechanical arm on, the idea that she has this little tiny mechanized rotor that she can pull out that creates this little motor that allows her to cut things. All those little choices, technology-wise, add so much to the film. But I think my favorite thing about this movie that really enhances Fury Road is Furiosa's relationship with this character, Praetorian Jack. This guy who feels kind of like Mad Max. He looks a lot like Mad Max from the very first movie. And he's really the first person outside of her family that she encounters in this film that treats her with any level of respect, that doesn't look at her like she's an object or someone that they can get something out of. And this relationship that develops between these two as they go out on these missions, to me, it strengthens the idea that in Fury Road, when the Charlize Theron version of Furiosa comes across the Tom Hardy version of Mad Max, there's sort of this silent connection because of the fact that he reminds her of this guy, Praetorian Jack, that she liked. That being the guy that, of course, is later dragged behind a car and eaten alive by dogs, enhancing the revenge element of this movie so much. Dementis is responsible for the death of Furiosa's mother in the beginning of the movie in a very violent sequence. And now he's responsible for a very violent death of the one and only person that ever showed her any respect. And it's this revenge element of the movie that I really wanted to talk about, and it's obviously a massive spoiler. There's something about so many American movies that just don't get revenge. I don't know what it is. Even in some of the really good revenge movies, it happens so quickly. You don't feel like the person that you've wanted to see suffer in a movie actually suffer. I mean, when I look at a revenge movie, I'm thinking about some of the best Korean revenge movies ever made. Bedeviled, I Saw the Devil. They know how to make a good revenge movie. Now, at the very beginning of this movie, young Furiosa is gifted a seed from her mother because she comes from a place, as they say, of abundance, where there is trees and plants and fruit and vegetables. It's one of the very last few places like that in this wasteland. Throughout the entire film, as she gets older, she'll occasionally look at that seed, and you're wondering, is she going to try to go to a place and plant that and maybe start anew, or go back home and plant it there? Or is it just a keepsake that reminds her of her mother? At the end of the film, once Furiosa captures Dementus, and Dementus gives this amazing speech about why they're like the same person. He lost people too. There's no point anymore. He doesn't feel there's hope to anything. There's this great moment where a narrator informs us that he could have been shot, he could have been dragged behind a car. There could have been many different ways in which Furiosa exacted her revenge. And then he's like, but Furiosa herself whispered to me the actual truth. And then you see a withered old prune version of Chris Hemsworth with a tree straight up growing out of him, mostly from the groin area. And you realize that that seed has become that, and he is just clinging to life with this thing coming out of him. Some of the best cinematic revenge I have ever seen. I am not used to seeing that level of fucked up in a movie like this. I usually am watching, like I said, an I Saw the Devil kind of thing. That was so satisfying. In every way, Furiosa was just a gigantic reminder of why I love to go to the movies. It has everything I want to see on the big screen. Incredible action, great cinematography, amazing performances, a compelling story, and not a lot of dialogue and fantastic visual storytelling, something George Miller excels at. He is still 5 movies into this saga the only person I ever want to even think about touching one of these movies. I'm so pumped that he still wants to make another one. It's amazing that we're still getting these. It feels like this privilege that we don't deserve, that we're still getting Mad Max movies in the theater. Guys, I hope you saw it. Really, it's great. If for some reason you watched this without seeing it, all right, whatever. But still go see it. It's so good. I hope you guys had fun with it. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. Look forward to more videos very soon. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmannized.